Hello there, my name is Caro and this is bed yoga. So just a few mindful and gentle moves to help you let go of your day and fall asleep. We're going to spend the entire time lying down on our backs. So you can go ahead and just lie in your bed, even if you're already covered under a duvet or a blanket, that's perfect. You're not going to need anything you probably don't have in your bed. The only thing we're going to use is really just a cushion or a pillow, whatever works for you. So as you lie down here, if closing your eyes is an option, you can go ahead and close them, or maybe just gaze in onto your ceiling, not looking in any specific spot, just bringing some relief to your eyes. And we're going to very gently move from your left hip to the right, so squeezing one buttock to lift the right hip, releasing and then squeezing the other. Very gently swaying like this with your hips. And as we're here, I'd invite you to use this opportunity to just check how you're feeling today. How was your day? What did it make you feel? What brought you here today? Oftentimes the answers to those questions might feel too heavy, so please remember this is just an invitation for you to explore. If anything at any point feels uncomfortable or just not right, you choose what works for you. And if you have no idea what it is, there is a chance you might just want to explore a few different options. And after a moment, we can move to the same thing with our shoulder blade. So can you imagine you lifting your shoulder blade, your left shoulder blade off the bed without lifting your arm? And release and right. Just a few times like this, squeezing the shoulder blade up and releasing. Very gentle and subtle move. You might feel it on the bed, but maybe not so much in your body. If you want, you can bring your hands onto your arms, onto the shoulders, and see how the shoulders move off the bed for a second. Throughout the whole practice, you can sigh out through your mouth or nose, however many times you'd like, to let go of your day so far. And once you even allow, you can bring it to a stop, come back to the center. And if your legs were spread out across the bed, you can lift your knees up, place your feet onto the bed, and just very gently windshield wiper the knees from left to right, not putting any extra pressure onto the hip joint. Just warming up to release any tension that might be there. Your feet can be as wide or as narrow as you feel comfortable. Your knees don't have to touch the bed when they go from one side to the other. You can start slowing down until you stop completely in the center. And now bringing your legs up and moving both of your legs first to the right, gently twisting from in between the upper body and the lower body. Your shoulders could ideally stay on the bed. So if that means that your legs don't go as low, that's perfectly fine. You might want to maybe grab a pillow and place it in between the knees. Just breathing into the left side of your body if your legs moved to the right, and the other way around if your legs moved to the left. Come back to center, maybe the pillow is traveling with you, and to the other side straight away. Trying to keep the shoulder blade on the bed. Maybe you need an extra pillow in between your legs, or maybe another one under your left leg, just to bring more comfort. Come back to center, remove the pillow if you used one, and now move to the side, whichever side you prefer first. I'm using a pillow already under my head. The arm that touches the bed is stretched in front of me, knees are bent, and I'm gonna use the other arm to travel behind me. Open the chest to the ceiling, stretch the shoulder joint. I conveniently have a pillow right where my hand falls. So you might want to grab one in the meantime and place it there, just so that the stretch doesn't feel too heavy. Come back to center, and let's do the other side. So switching on your bed, onto the other side. One arm is spread in front of you and the other opens behind you. You can imagine, if you want, that the arm is heavy, if it isn't already, but maybe all the muscles are so relaxed that the arm is just trying to merge with the bed, melt there. All the tension disappearing. Come back with your arm and come back to lying on your back. I'm gonna remove the pillow from under my head for a moment. If you use one, you can just keep it somewhere close, lifting both my legs and my arms to gently shake everything out. It doesn't have to have any specific rhythm. It doesn't have to make sense. Few more seconds. And then can you stop and stay with your limbs just hanging in there, in the air? Maybe you feel how heavy they just got. Maybe you feel the blood flowing through them from all the shaking. Or maybe you feel how heavy your body lies on the bed, supporting you there, holding you. Gently release the limbs back down. And if you had a pillow under your head previously, you can grab the same one and place it under your bum. Just lift the hips a little bit when we come to an extended child pose, but on our back. So bringing both your knees to your chest. Maybe the big toes touch, maybe they don't. Maybe you want to keep the knees together, maybe you want to spread them apart to the sides. Maybe you want to keep your hands, your elbows on the bed and the knees in your hands. And this is where we're going to finish the practice. If you'd like to fall asleep right after, you can get comfy under your duvet. If there still are some things you'd like to do, just stay here for a moment with me. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, you can just spread your legs across the bed, come to whatever comfortable position you can think of. Use as many pillows as you need or as you have. And if you'd like, I'd invite you to do a quick body scan with me, just to see if there's any tension left in the body, if there's any more comfort and release that we could potentially bring. So I'm going to walk you through each body part, and you don't have to move it, you don't have to touch it, you can just bring your attention there. But if it feels difficult, you can of course gently squeeze that body part, or just move it on the bed, or just touch it with your hands, really, whatever works for you. We're not gonna stay here for long. This is just an invitation for you to release everything, really, without thinking too much. Whatever you're gonna do now is enough and correct, as long as you feel comfortable. You don't have to pay any more attention than one to your body parts. So I assume you're gonna pause that video if you don't lie comfortably yet, but if you do and your eyes weren't closed, there's an opportunity to do that now. If there are any wiggles that you need to let go at any point, please go for it. You don't have to stay in stillness if it doesn't feel comfortable. You can sway for the entire duration of the body scan. So if you are lying comfortably, we're gonna start with the very tip of the head. It's going to be tricky to feel it, but can you just bring your attention there? Just think of the tip of your head. From there, we're going to move to the point between the eyebrows. To the center of your throat. And from the center of the throat, we're going to split left and right, the left shoulder and the right shoulder. And we're first going to travel to the right shoulder, from there to the right elbow, the right wrist, all of the fingers, starting with the thumb, first finger, second, third, pinky, coming back to the wrist, the elbow, the right shoulder, and going straight to the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, all the fingers in our left hand, the thumb, first, second, third, the pinky, coming back through the left wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and moving further down to the center of our chest, to the sides of the ribs, the belly button, your private parts, and spreading again across to the left hip and right hip, starting with the right hip first, moving down through the thigh to the right knee, right ankle, right foot, the heel, the sole of the foot, all the toes, the big toe, second, third, fourth, the little toe. Coming back up through the ankle, the knee, to the right hip. Moving across to the left side and traveling just with your mind from the left hip to the left knee, to the left ankle and to the left foot. The heel, the sole of the foot and all the toes. The big toe, second, third, fourth, the little toe. And coming back up through the ankle, the knee, to the hip. Traveling back through the belly button, the chest, the center of the throat, the middle of the eyebrows, to the tip of your head. Can you now bring the attention to the entire body as one? Can you feel the entire body as one in your mind? Releasing and maybe falling asleep. There's nothing else you have to do. There's nothing to attend to. You can release the legs if they were up. Come back with your feet onto the bed. Remove the pillow from under the hips. And if your plan is to fall asleep, maybe just getting as comfortable as you want. Breathing naturally, the body just sinking into the bed comfortably. I'm gonna leave you here. Good night.